Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting captivating stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What item will I be unboxing? What item will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What item is encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible, nifty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It will only take me billions of picoseconds to extract the item from the box and subsequently flaunt it in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Here we go. The unboxing process is about to commence. The unboxing process is officially underway. Which action figure have I extracted from the box? Which action figure have I prompted? Which action figure have I elicited? Let's find out. This action figure is known by the moniker of Grim Reaper. Is he a paradigm of perfection? Is he the epitome of resound perfection? Is he the embodiment of resound perfection? Let's find out. You could assess his merits down to the nitty-gritty details to determine whether or not he warrants a hefty, exorbitant premium price of $20 or more. So, apparently he's a part of the Build-A-Figure Ultron series, as indicated by his cardboard back. His packaging denotes that he's devoid of corresponding accessories. Now he comes with the leg of Ultron, but other than that he doesn't come with anything else, I believe. That's disappointing. Now I recollect paying slightly under $15 to procure him. Was my purchase and decision futile? Was it in vain? Was it asinine? Let's find out. The packaging is about to be decimated, but before I do so, let's take a gander at the packaging. Alrighty, so the packaging can be relegated to the trash. It can be consigned to the trash. Here we have the Grim Reaper. Cardboard backdrop is now vendor trash. So off the get-go we have the leg of the insidious Ultron, who's sinister and evil. The leg is inanimate, but if you amalgamate all the appendages, then you could form your own Ultron, presuming you can afford to buy him. I can't afford to buy him, so not likely that reality of I guess you could say that prospect of assembling my own Hasbro Ultron figurine will likely never be brought to fruition. It will likely never transpire. It will likely never culminate into reality. So it doesn't really matter. So unfortunately he's imprisoned in this plastic shell. His cape is seemingly removable. We'll get to the issues appertaining to that in a second. So here we go. We have the Grim Reaper figurine. His sickle is protruding out of his arm. Not bad as a peripheral or as an innate weapon that he can wield to ward off his adversaries. He can fend off against his rivals. So his other hand lacks a modicum of finger joint articulation, and there's a gaping aperture between his thumb and his index finger, so it looks kind of unusual, especially when his hands are static and he attacks his adversaries like this, but the fingers are semi-clenched together rather than fully clenched together. So I would have preferred if he had finger joint articulation or fisted hands rather than fingers that are semi-clenched together, or rather than semi-open hands. So it's a bit of an issue, but it's a calamity that I can deal with. Now the cape is removable. He can don his cape, but the cape can also easily fall off, so just be wary of that. He looks spruced up and embellished with the cape. He looks more menacing and intimidating with the cape than without it. It would have been preferable if he came bundled with some accessories. Maybe he could have come bundled with a scythe. Maybe he could have come bundled with a giant axe. I mean, even if it's not applicable to his lore, even if it's out of context, it still would have been nice if he came bundled with some weapons, because it looks weird how he has one open hand, and for $20 plus tax, he doesn't even provide a fraction of the value that the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines provided amid their release. So it's just unfortunate that he retailed for such a hefty price and he offers so little value. I mean, if you're an avid devout Marvel Legends fan, then you'll be inclined to buy him. But even if you have a proclivity to buy Marvel Legends merchandise, you still may feel as though you're not getting the bang for your buck, primarily because he lacks accessories. His Build-A-Figure piece is relatively minute, in stark contrast to the Build-A-Figure pieces that came bundled with the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figurines. He doesn't come bundled with a comic book. He lacks finger joint articulation. He lacks an ankle pivot. His head is not relegated to a disc joint, so there are some shortcomings appertaining to this figurine. But for $15, I do not feel as though I received my money's worth. I mean, I knew what I was getting into. I took a risk with my money, and did he warrant the price? Obviously not. But for under $8, and I would be content with buying him. But for $15, I just think that my purchase and decision in retrospect was asinine. So in hindsight, I should have forgoed buying him. But it's too late to revoke my purchase and decision now. I can no longer take recourse. The return period has elapsed, so it is what it is. But before I further complain, let me express some issues. Actually, I just contradicted myself. Before I highlight the previously stated issues, let me just express his strengths. Let me punctuate his strengths. What are his strengths? Well, he's strong. His joints are sturdy. What else do I love about his features other than sturdy joints, which is always beneficial? He possesses a diaphragm joint. He possesses an ab crunch. He can lean backwards and forwards. His elbows are double jointed. His knees are double jointed. He can ascend and descend his legs. They can be moved outwards and inwards. His arms can also be moved outwards and inwards. They're not encumbered by his cape. He has latitude for articulation. Unfortunately, there's a scuff on his cowl. There's some paint missing on the top of his cowl. I'm unsure what these are supposed to be that are protruding out of his cowl, but whatever they are, one of them is scuffed, so maybe I could buy acrylic paint and paint over the scuff. For the most part, he's not marred with stings, nor dents, nor scuffs, nor scratches. The cape is comprised of rubber, so it can be flapped. It's not as shoddy as some other accessories that action figures come with. And his modified hand that has a scythe protruding out of it. Can be rotated. He can flex his muscles. He can swivel his waist. His pelvis is intact. His torso is intact. His appendages are all intact. His wrist guards, well, I should say his wrist guard cannot be removed, is painted on. So, he's not abysmal per se, but for $20 he doesn't warrant the price. His 2 pegos embedded in the bottom of his feet. In retrospect, I would have paid perhaps $10 at most for the figurine. The only reason I bought him was because in order to qualify to receive 25% off all the action figures that I procured at Target, I needed to reach a $100 threshold. So I threw him in the lot in order to qualify to receive $25. In order to qualify to receive 25% off the grand total of my purchase. So, don't have any regrets appertaining to purchasing him for the aforementioned price tag of around $15. Yes, I do. I would have preferred to retain the money and allocate it towards another figurine purchase. The money could have been earmarked towards an investment. He's an inanimate hunk of plastic. I mean, he's meritorious for under $8, but not for over $15 or not for over $10. But that's my opinion. But as a $15 figurine, I guess you could say he's okay. He's not as abysmal as a Ultimate War Machine figurine, but he's not the utmost highest quality Marvel Legends figurine either. Maybe that spot is reserved for Daredevil. I'm being sarcastic. I don't know who the utmost best, most stupendous Marvel Legends figurine is. Perhaps it's the Marvel Legends Series 6 Deadpool action figure, or the Marvel Legends Series 6 Juggernaut action figure, or maybe it's a Legendary Rider Series Hulkbuster Iron Man figure that was churned out by Toy Biz amid the early 21st century before they became defunct. Unfortunately, they're defunct now, so we have to settle for what we can receive. Maybe finger joint articulation will re-emerge in the action figure industry in the future. Maybe it will resurface, but for now we have to accept buying action figures without finger joint articulation. But I guess I can't really complain too much because he doesn't have any major scuffs nor dings nor blemishes, so his appearance is not really marred. He does have a minor scuff protruding out of part of his cowl, part of his mask. I'm not sure what these are supposed to represent or depict, but there's a little scuff on one of these, which modifies his appearance and exacerbates his appearance. So, I mean, it's not really a big deal, just either paint over it or live with it, so it is what it is. So I hope that you found this video to be fascinating and insightful, so consider purchasing your own Grim Reaper action figure if you can stumble upon him via eBay or Amazon for under $10, but if he costs more than $10 on Amazon or eBay, then you may want to forgo buying him and allocate your money elsewhere. So that's everything I want to do. Convey and divulge. Without the cape, he doesn't look as menacing, he doesn't look as intimidating, he doesn't look as sinister, he doesn't look as imposing. So that's all for now. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.